Warning, explicit content. Blood, guts, swearing, lots of bad words, adult themes. No nudity, though. Lots of violence. Did I say violence? Viewers' discretion is advised. Welcome back, and I hope you guys are ready for another exciting episode of Pathfinders Wrath of the Righteous. Of course, we're going to be screaming, yelling at the dice roller, and just generally being like, "Argh!" But, you know, it's all in good fun. So let's enjoy the story. Let's kill some monsters, do some dungeons, and see what comes next. So let's go and hop into it. There's an army leaving. That's not good. The demon Mudasafin silently observes the army's departure with an Arab military leader watching soldiers on parade. When he finally notices you, he barely acknowledges your presence. Ah, it's you. Why aren't you dead? The demon shrugs nonchalantly. I thought our mutual acquaintance explained this to you. Didn't the echo tell you that I cannot die? Not by ordinary means, at least. However, if you think I will reveal the secret of my immortality, you are greatly mistaken. Finian's voice turns into a growl. We keep slaughtering you creatures, and now you won't stay dead? Make one wrong move and I'll slice you into strips. We'll see how well you put yourself back together again. Where's Hapsamira? She's not far. She's actually on the other side of the barrier I constructed. It's an excellent barrier. Very reliable. I perfected the formula invented by Arilu Vorlesh. These barriers cannot be opened without a key, and they are also perfectly camouflaged. I heard that the barrier in your little town of Dresden was particularly effective. Crusaders walked past the entrance to the Midnight Vein thousands of times but never noticed it until now. You cannot get through the barrier to Hapsamira without my help. I could, of course, but I won't. If you want my key, you're going to have to take it. Mudasafin chuckles. Where are those demons going? Those marvelous demons that I selected by hand? The army that I personally nurtured and nourished with the power of Nahedrian crystals? They have been sent. I hope your imagination is already running wild with the possibilities. Somewhere precious to you, somewhere entirely defenseless. Mudasafin pauses. Well, any guess? If you think I'm sending them to the little town of Dresden, you're mistaken. First of all, it's already been dealt with by others. And second, there isn't much honor to be gained from conquering that pathetic rock pile. The town's been ravaged like a whore. It's been taken more times than a brothel slave in Alashunira. No, my army will not go to Dresden. Our mutual acquaintance showed me a far more interesting target. The Echo of Discari told me about a sanctuary of Imperial Lord Polura that is hidden in the depths of the Worldwound. It seems that a handful of Sicorian stargazers and their angelic patron have been fooling the armies of the Abyss for years. The temple has been hidden under the noses of all the mighty demon leaders, Manago, Drezarand, and of course, Hapsamira. No one has ever found it. If I conquer it and bring it to the ruin, the victory will be mine alone, and I will have something very special planned for those stargazers. Why are you working with the Echo of Discari? Because it is a pleasure to work with him. Our business arrangement is mutually beneficial. In the Abyss, there are two kinds of alliances. Alliances based on shared interests, and alliances based on shared enemies. My alliance with Echoes falls primarily in the first category, for now. He gave me information about the location of Polira's hidden sanctuary in the Worldwound, and in exchange, I performed a Nahedrian ritual on him. And he endowed him with new powers. You should keep that in mind the next time you see him. And you will see him again soon. Attack. I'm going to stop you. Mudasafin moves so swiftly your eyes almost miss it. Now you understand. You cannot prevent my army from plundering the temple of Polura. But you can always try and kill me. If you succeed, you can take the key from my still warm corpse and go confront Hapsamira in her headquarters. Then you can kill her too, if you're strong enough, of course.
Away, you rascal!
big fucking horse out of the way. Get a Shadow Demon. Let's get a Sun.
Don't hold back. Strike.
What's wrong with your mount?
You should have run. This will hurt. Near fresh wind.
Why did you get attacked? I don't fucking understand sometimes. You need a 7. You can't hit, sorry.
Your time is over.
That's fine. Can't use your horse for the next fucking forever anyways.
I'll take care of it.
You have regular heals. That is a scimitar +3. Damn, I was hoping it was something special. Contagious Shroud. Whenever the wearer of this cloak is attacked in melee, the attacker must pass a Fortitude saving throw DC 29 and become sickened and vulnerable to acid for 4 rounds. This effect can only attack once per attacker during combat. It's kind of doo-doo.
Hey, have a look. No challenge at all. Easy.
Bunch of mundane stuff, because why not? I need to go this way. It's not quite time to fight Oxamira yet. Your miserable life is over.
There's something over there.
No. Elemental Protector. This ring grants the wearer acid resistance 30, fire 20, electricity 10, cold 5. It also grants +4 bonus saving throws against cold, 3 against electricity, 2 against fire, and 1 against acid.
This is my time to shine. Friendship lasts forever. Hey, have a look.
Ooh, it's got a trap.
Easy.
It was easy.
No challenge at all.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it wasn't a challenge. It'd be weird if it was.
How cute.
Midnight Bolt. Pick that lock.
Easy.
That was also easy. Good. I guess that's it. Time for the barrier. We will save, because we're about to fight Oxamira. Remove the seal. You followed me for a long time, you frail, pathetic little stalker, says Oxamira. But then you disappeared. You've been gone for so long, I thought you were dead. I'm glad you proved me wrong. I would have enjoyed if you had died alone in the darkness, lost and forgotten. But I'd much rather punish you in person. Behold, the great daughter of Baphomet in all her glory. There is strength in the tormented angel's voice, though it quivers with pain. Garou, the false chosen one, herald of my jaded faith, how did this come to pass? Mortal, says the Echo of Discari, watch the golden-winged servant of the impostor Goldus weep. The fool flew right into our trap. Hapsamir and I have tortured him from the moment we captured him, and the whole time he only spoke of you. It was as if he didn't care about the pain at all, at least not the pain we caused. Let the angel go or you'll be sorry. How can you possibly still care for the one who abandoned you? Asked the hand. If you want the winged fool, come and get him. Mutasafin stole your army from you. The demon reels as if she's been slapped. You can hear the pure rage in her voice as she hisses angrily. Mutasafin is a skilled alchemist and a gifted scientist, but he still thinks too highly of himself. He was born in the abyss and he has spent his life here, so his knowledge and skills were too valuable to risk on the front lines. He dreams of endless entertainment in the lands of mortals and desires the glory of conquering Galarian, but he will not live to see such triumph. He will pay bitterly for his betrayal. After all, I am one of the few who know the secret of Mutasafin's mortality, but you don't need to worry about any of that. You won't live long enough to destroy him. Did you know that I was coming for you? Hapsamir still stares at you contemptuously. You Crusaders think that all demons are as dumb as the rabble we send to Galarian, but that isn't true. I have prevailed in wars and battles that your mortals know nothing about, and I always use scouts. My spies are everywhere. When you were trying to get the attention of our lady in shadow, they told me that you were searching for me. I tracked your movements. I knew the moment you stepped foot on that ship, and I sent my slave Castogarol after you. Unfortunately, he proved just as useless in undeath as he was in life. Why don't you just give up? Hapsamira roars, shakes the ground. Her angry eyes flash crimson. When I'm finished with you, I will have you chained. You will be dragged behind the army, naked, wounded, and trembling. You will watch as I, daughter of Baphomet, and arch-priestess of his cult, take Galarian by the throat. I will bring it to its knees and make it weep like a wench that's been whipped. Yeah, sure you will. You had to miss the last one. Get wrecked, bitch. Run for your life. Head for the Nexus. We'll hide from this horrible Galarian in Al-Shanera. You will pay for this. My father will punish you for your insolence. Behold the power. Behold the greatness. Tremble before Baphomet. Make this insolent mortal suffer, my lord, and punish this rebellious angel who refuses to bow before you. Ah, the angel who wandered into the abyss and couldn't find his way back to heaven. I have heard about you. My daughter could not break your spirits, but I will rip out your hearts. My lady Iomade, hear my final words. The leader of the crusade is one of Aurelio Vorlesh's profane creations. Her power comes from the blood of the fallen demon lords. There is no hope for any of us. Looks like you overdid it, my daughter. Your torture drove the angel mad. A swift execution, but I wasn't finished with this angel. There were so many games I wanted to play with him. Show your power, O Lord. Let our enemies tremble in terror. Now it's your turn, you low-life scum. You have disappointed me. How dare you summon me here? How dare you use forbidden knowledge? You think I'm here to save you? No, I'm here to inflict punishment.
Have I been summoned merely to put this creature to death? A mortal who still shows loyalty to the queen that exiled her to the abyss. Oh yes, Galfrey guards, he'll glory with the jealousy of a lioness. But no, this creature proudly wears the knife stuck in her back, like a badge of honor. Or is the betrayal weighing you down after all? Did you come here looking for a new master? One who can help you seek revenge?
Where did you send the Hand of the Inheritor?
Why do you care about his fate? He was merely your overseer. Heaven sent him to watch over you. His only purpose was to remind you of your mission and to destroy you should you stray from the path. You shouldn't worry about him. He is just Iomede's pawn, and she did not think twice about sacrificing him. The foolish angel thought he would be forgiven for leaving Regathiel and joining Iomede, but heaven never rewards traitors with its trust.
Did you slay your own daughter?
I have countless slaves and numerous offspring. When one of them disappoints me, I simply get rid of them. To me, you are nothing more than mayflies. Your lives are so brief, it is as if you are already dead.
I have vanquished your servants, and I can do the same to you. God, that's a bold statement.
Even if we pretend for a moment that you have a chance of winning, have you considered what reward awaits you? Your queen knows that you have surpassed her. Your success is why Galfrey exiled you here. How will she reward you for the death of a demon lord? Will she honor you by personally slitting your throat? Sadly, we will never know the answer, because you have no chance of winning.
I mean, we're gonna see about that. Oh, you dispelled some buffs. You dispelled a lot of buffs. Well, I have things that auto hit, so yeah. How about that? Okay. Guess maybe I have to put it on her. Am I staggered?
You offend me.
I must have to have a ranged weapon.
Stand down.
Nice. Okay. You can't move. Go Shadow Demon. Come on, dude. I thought you were tough.
Away, rascal.
Oh shit. You mythic tier. But he's not dead yet. You feel your hair stand on end. The blood boils in your veins, and the fire within your heart is so fierce and hot. It feels as if it's about to burn through your chest. A cry springs from your lips, and at the sound of your voice, a light envelops the cave. The ground begins to shake as your radiant presence overwhelms those around you, knocking them back into the surrounding rocks.
Which of my enemies is responsible for this trap? Who has put you up to this, you pathetic insect? Such power must have a source. You are such a curious insect. I must see what is inside you.
Didn't expect that, did you? Are you afraid of me? Good, you should be.
You are on the path to greatness, mortal, and I will gain a new trophy.
Nocticula, Lady in Shadow, once again, I offer you an alliance. A great alliance.
Oh, he sounds scared.
I've told you before, and I'll tell you again. The answer is no.
She pulled his heart out. Baphomet's heavy body collapses on the rocks in a lifeless heap. The black-fletched bolt is buried deep within his flesh, and you notice a large drop of blood trickling from the wound. It seems to have a faint purple glow.
It has been a long time since I last killed a demon lord. It is good to see that I remain unsurpassed in my craft.
How did you get
Have
here?
been absent for too long. You are the chosen instrument of my will, but for months there was no word from you, and no one in the Midnight Isles knew where you were.
Months.
I watched you from afar, unseen, but then you also managed to hide yourself from my gaze. If it hadn't been for Lady Vorlesh, I would have thought you dead long ago. She kept reassuring me that you were alive, and then I felt your blood in my realm again, and I heard the sound of Baphomet's hooves as he walked through my land. That is when I realized two things. First, this was my chance to annoy the old goat, and second, betting on you was the right choice.
Well, thank you for your timely arrival, Lady in Shadow.
No, you are the hero. I simply put the finishing touches on the work of art you created.
Why did you decide to attack Baphomet? You didn't want a war.
I did not want to enter into a difficult, exhausting war against Baphomet when he was at full strength. But massacring his minions when they are helpless and success is guaranteed? Well, that is a different matter entirely. Thanks to recent events, the slaughter can finally begin. Baphomet is frightened. He will not leave his abode for at least a year, because if he dies again within that time, his death will be final. This gives me an overwhelming advantage. My black bolts gave him a kiss he will not soon forget, and the memory of their touch will cool his fervor. Two armies of demons will meet in the coming battle, and one of them will be led by its mistress in all her glory. The other one, however, will be cut off at the head and left without the leadership of its lord. In a year's time, I will have undermined Baphomet's forces and deprived him of his troops and allies. By the time he finally feels invincible again, it will be too late. And instead of crushing my servants and destroying my islands, he will be forced to bargain for his life. As you can see, I won this war before it started. And it's all thanks to you.
You said I was gone for several months, but my journey didn't take that
Perhaps
long.
it felt that way. But believe it or not, Alishanira has already forgotten the hot-headed Galarian who caused mayhem throughout the city. You may have ended up in some sort of temporal anomaly. These sometimes occur in the Abyss. Or perhaps someone arranged this anomaly for you. If that is the case, you are lucky to have escaped from it so quickly. You could have been gone for several centuries.
My power has increased.
Of course it has. Everything went according to plan. Your fight with the Demon Lord sapped much of your strength, and you were forced to rely on the power that you were given by Lady Vorlesh. You reached for it instinctively, without even realizing what you were doing.
Enough about the past. Let's talk about the future.
Every Demon Lord needs a weapon. Someone who will be an instrument of their will. Baphomet chose Hepzamira, and I chose you. I'm glad I picked the superior weapon. You proved yourself stronger than your counterpart, and laid bare the cowardice of my enemy. I, the Lady of the Midnight Isles, will give you the honor and glory that such a deed deserves. With a single blow, you have begun the great war between Nocticula and Baphomet. And I will reward you for this achievement. Your queen will reward you for this deed. But she cannot match the generosity of the Lady in Shadow. Accept my profane gift, and remember the moment you triumphed. The moment Nocticula herself expressed her gratitude and respect for you.
No, I told you before, I'll tell you again, the answer is
You
no.
have twice rejected my mercy. Well, it will not be offered a third time.
You promised you would help. Well, the Black Bolt struck true, and you watched the blood seeps from Baphomet's wound. A single drop falls to the ground in front of the Lady in Shadow. There's a flash of purple light. The blood begins to solidify. You watch as it turns deep purple, its edges hardening into sharp facets until finally it is fully transformed into a Nahedrian crystal. You promised you would help to close the world wound if I killed Hapsamira.
Conquest is your next step. The world wound can only be closed where it was opened, in the Threshold Fortress. Go back to Galarian, gather an army, and bring the full force of your power down upon your enemies. Baphomet will wish to recall his soldiers as soon as possible in order to repel my attack. You will only have to deal with Discari's servants. When you get back to Threshold, stand on the edge of the rift that connects your plane and the Abyss, and we will execute our plan.
Why did Baphomet's blood turn into a Nahedrian crystal? The crystal that lies at the feet of the Lady in Shadow pulses with purple light. It looks exactly like the crystals that were mined by her slaves. However, this crystal was not extracted from the mines. It was created from Baphomet's blood only moments ago. Your pulse begins to throb, and heat spreads through your body. Your chest feels wet and slick, and you realize that blood from your open wound is seeping through your clothes.
There is no point in trying to hide the obvious. This all happened because of the bolt that you used to wound Baphomet. The bolt belonged to me for so long, it absorbed the imprint of my power, making it as deadly as poison. I am the queen of the succubi, the ruler of passions and secret desires. However, I have learned to reverse my gift. I can also kill passion. With a single strike, I can suppress all desires and strong emotions, and replace them with apathy and deadly anguish. This weighs the spirit down, and strips it of its strength, leaving it as cold and passive as a stone. It can no longer depart to the Rift of Repose or find its way to Pharasma's judgment. So instead of going to the places it would normally go, the spirit becomes solid.
Interesting. Allow your mind to focus on the gaping wound in your chest. You try to focus, and for a moment your gaze is drawn to the crystal that sparkles on the ground in front of the lady in shadow. The light glints off of it in a strange and attractive way. They glisten like the drops of blood that seep from the wound in your chest. I'm gonna reach for the crystal.
Do not even think about touching it. This is a Nahindrian crystal, made from the blood of a demon lord. It contains immense power, and it belongs to me. The crystal was formed as the result of a wound inflicted by my midnight bolt. Stay away.
Take the crystal.
You've decided to be stubborn. Well, that's a good trait. It will be useful for the mission I've entrusted to you. So I will let you have your way. I do not wish to quarrel with you over such a small trifle.
What's happening on
It is
Galarian?
clear that Queen Galfrey lacks your talent as a strategist. In your absence, she has made several mistakes that have brought Mendev's crusaders to the brink of destruction. She is a skilled warrior and a good leader, but that is not enough. It never has been when it comes to dealing with the world wound. You were the one who tipped the scales toward a victory for Mendev. But you'll soon find out everything for yourself. I won't spoil the surprise.
How do I get home?
The same way you arrived, through the Nexus. The rift that led you into the Abyss is open. Of course, the Queen tried to close up every opening within the Midnight Fane, but I'll let you in on a secret. She didn't close all of them. If you look hard enough,
No, this must be what
you'll
the
find the way back.
blocked doorway is. I will try to return to Galarian as soon as
A
possible.
wise decision. Every hour of delay is paid dearly in the blood of your soldiers, and you will need them to retake the threshold. Now it is time for you to return to your plane. You are desperately needed there, and I must attend to my own affairs.
And just like that, the episode for today is over. The narrator's a little tired. You gotta give him some props for, going at it. But thank you for hanging out and watching Pathfinders Wrath of the Righteous. Hopefully you guys had fun. So if you did, do the thing. Like, comment, subscribe, share it. The link for the previous episodes and next episodes should be in the descriptions, unless they are not out yet. If you want them early, you could always beg for them in the comments, maybe. Tell me your favorite part of each episode. Let me know you guys are enjoying it. And with that, I will let you guys get back to your day, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for hanging out.